What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Second Street. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Here on this Thursday, getting ready to come to the end of the week. Just wanted to talk a little bit about today, about some stuff I was kind of thinking about last night. Just thinking about things, and it's not even one of those, just one of those, things you kind of think about, like, man, like I'm sitting there watching, obviously I do a lot of live streams here on the channel. And my videos have been fewer and far between, because just trying to think of, like, what can I do with my content to make it a little, like to stand out, to not be the same. Because like I said, I watch a lot of people's content, and in a lot of different stuff. People talking about comic books, talking about nerd stuff, nerd culture, and just different things like that. Watching all these different things, and and lately I've just kind of been like, man, like watching a lot of it, and it's like, and it's not that any of it's really bad. It's just like, everything seems a little bit stagnant, almost boring. And I'm sitting there like, man, and that's what I've kind of been, even with some of my videos and things like that. So I've even been doing a lot of my comic book reviews. I've actually just been taking and shooting those at a lot of times at the comic shop, doing a longer drawn out video, and just putting it in there and putting the chapters in there, making it easier for you. I mean, it's easy for me. I only got to make one video, one 30-minute video. It's got chapters in there to do all that, instead of sit down there and go through and edit every single video and all that kinds of stuff. But the other thing is, like, because if you're doing that, I want to make it something good, something special, right? And that's what I was kind of sitting there thinking. Like, I'm engaged with a lot of these different communities, different people, and stuff like that. And I was sitting there thinking, like, man, what can I do? What is there that's different? Because everybody's kind of saying, well, what are we doing on here, really? We're getting on here and sharing our opinions and thoughts about, maybe a comic book. By the way, I picked this up yesterday, The Death of Captain Marvel. That's the real Captain Marvel. I was just sitting there thinking, like, but what is there? You get, because it's got to be something, like, not even fresh, not even something different, because that's ultimately all we're doing. It's ultimately all we're doing. And then it started making me think about so many other things, because I see a lot of people on, like, especially like younger people on Twitter, on even here on YouTube, on all these different things. I've seen it on Instagram, on Facebook, just at different social media platforms, and just seeing people, and thinking, like, is there an easier way? And sometimes I think that myself. There's got to be an easier way, to get this done, to do this. I mean, but there's really not, because there are no shortcuts, right? There are no shortcuts. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, like, it would be nice to have something just be easy and just hand it to you. Now, some things actually are like that. There are some things that actually are easy for you. There's a lot of things that people are naturally gifted at, Everybody has their talents, and some people even raw natural talents as well. And so certain things are easy for them, Certain things might be easy for a person, but they struggle in other places. Maybe you're really good at something, but you struggle in other areas. And that's one of the things that I see in a lot of these in a lot of these people, like, oh, you've got something, but you struggle with this because it's something you need to work on. And would that one thing, should that be easy? Absolutely not. Everything in my life has been the struggle, the doing things differently. Because if there's any one thing that you certainly know about me, if you've been following my channel long enough, is that well, I'm just a little bit different. I'm a little bit wired a little bit different than a lot of people. And a lot of that really has to do with like I mean honestly, it has to do with parents growing up, right? Your how you were raised, what your background and things like that are, and also traumatic experiences, and things like that. And pretty much through my life, the theme through my life has been it's definitely going to be not even against the odds, but not even being the single man out. Because believe me when I say, when it comes to your opinions, your thoughts, or anything, you're not. You're like lots of people think like you do. Lots of people share similar opinions, but the one thing is like nobody is like you. Nobody is like me. Now, the thing is especially these days, is it gets lost in this world of a lot of people want to be this or that. It's hot or cold. It's 0 or 10. And that's just not the way the world works. That's just not the way the world works. And so I was sitting there thinking about all of these things that just kind of these struggles, if you will, that I've had throughout my life, and thinking like, man, like, and just thinking about some of this stuff, like thinking about content, here on the channel, and different things that I wanna do here on the channel. It's like, damn, like, can it ever just be easy? I was sitting there thinking that. I'm like, can it ever just be easy? Can it ever just be easy? But the answer is absolutely not. It can be. It can't be, especially if it's something that you're not naturally good at. Now, there's a lot of things that I'm naturally good at, and some of them is this, like even like getting down to setting and editing videos and all these different kinds of, like, I'm good at it. Could I get better? Yeah, absolutely. But then when it comes to you get the video on YouTube, you got to slap it up there with a thumbnail and do all that SEO and yeah. I made the damn video. Just come watch it, right? But it's not as easy as that, and that's my struggle. There's certain things like that, thinking about some of those things when you go to make the video, or when you're making and uploading and doing all these different things and all that stuff. And of course, everybody will tell you, the profession will tell you, that you should have that planned out before you even push the damn record button on your camera, right? Because somebody's better at something than I am. They understand that a lot better than I do. But also, a lot of these people that would tell you this, these are like professional content creators. And yeah, I guess that's the thing, is like, seeing like some of the struggles I see like here on YouTube with people and stuff like that. Even some of the struggles I've gone through is, is exactly that. Where do you want to be at with it? Are you looking to be the next big YouTuber? Okay, now the thing is a lot of people are, right? And that's fine. Like, believe me, I wouldn't mind if my channel blew up and I made it big, right? No, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be dissatisfied. I'd be okay with that. But the thing is like, a lot of people out there are trying to do this as a career and build a career of it, a career out of it. And that's something you really definitely want to dig in and make sure that you get in there and learn all of that stuff. Yet you see so many people that just sit there, and I see content creators do it as well. And with even my, actually, the thing is it's like with a lot of things. Not even my limited knowledge of the subject of it. My knowledge of it's pretty damn good. The thing is putting it to use. Can you put your knowledge to use and put it out there? And that's the thing. Like, I know all this stuff is like, it's one of those kind of things like you kind of get lazy at, right? You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, But that's the thing, is like, you got to go into something, you got to know. But the thing is what can you do that what can you do that's different? You're going to have that struggle, but you need to get in there and know what you need to do. You need to learn those things, work on those things that you're not good at. You got to work on your weaknesses, Don't focus on your strengths. I mean, your strengths come easy to you, right? And that's where the struggle is. That's why people struggle. And some people can't get past that. Some people get in their heads about it. Like, oh, well, why can't I do this? Why can't, and they want to throw their hands in the air. So many times you just see different things, even on the interwebs, even when it don't come to things like that. It's just throw your hands in the air and just that's it. Just call it quits. People do it with their marriage, right? And and that's the thing is the struggle, right? You have to go through that struggle. Can it ever be easy? At times, yeah. Especially with things that you're naturally talented at. But at some point, you're going to come across something along that way that you're not so good at, right? You got to work on it. You got to work on it. And so many people these days just want the things to be easy and want the things to be handed to them. And that's just not the reality of it. You have to work, And I know a lot of these things, like I gotta say, I mean, obviously, huge thanks to my parents who raised me, because I know these days, and that's the things, the way things have gone, even just throughout my lifetime over these past, hell, we could just go 20 years, right? We just go back 10, honestly, but over these last 20 years, as the internet has grown more, social media has definitely become more prevalent, mobile devices and all of these different kinds of things, right? That the people, everybody's now closer and more connected. But yeah, along with that, along the way, dealing with some of these struggles, these are things that your parents are actually supposed to be out there preparing you in the world for. But the way things are these days, a lot of busy lives and things, chances are maybe both of your parents are working full time. Maybe they worked full time and whatnot, things like that. Both of my parents, they worked full time, but you know what? They made time for us kids. They were always involved in our lives. And that's not always necessarily the case with everybody. And that's not to say that they've got to spend every waking minute with you when you're not in school, when you're not doing this or that. No, it's not that. It's taking the time to sit down and talk to your kids, especially when they're young and they're young and they're little in those formative years. But talking with them and getting them to just like prepared for the world. Because the struggle is always going to be there, right? And so many people these days I see out there, they're not ready for the struggle. And a lot of it comes down to resiliency too, right? Can you be resilient in what you're doing? Now the thing is like resiliency don't count if you don't do the one thing, and that is, like I said, focus on your weakness and get better at it, because that's the only thing. That's if you can't do that, or your resiliency is going to get you nowhere, right? Resiliency is going to get you nowhere if you're not doing the fundamental things that you need to do. You want to go out and play basketball, first thing you've got to do, hey, you can shoot 3-pointers all day long and gold. It doesn't matter how much pressure you're under. That's great. But first thing, can you dribble the ball? That's the first thing you got to do when you're going to play basketball, right? And then can you be a team player, right? So, it is like a lot of people want to take the short route, but there is no magic pill. There is no shortcut. Unless you're naturally gifted and naturally talented at something, it's going to be a struggle for you. And you always have to be ready for that. And that's, and thinking about I was thinking about some of these things and you too, right? As I was thinking about, God, what do I do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do in some of my videos? Because I was thinking about some different types of videos and content to do here on the channel. I was like, because and that's where you got to get it. That's where you got to really think about what you want to do, what kind of content creator you want to do. Like I do a lot of live streams right now because I've been trying to think like, what is it I can do? What's different? What can I do that's different? Because like I said earlier at the beginning of the show, if you've been here long enough, you know me. I'm not like a whole lot of other motherfuckers out there you're gonna find. All right, just being honest with you. And here's the thing: is like it always. Nothing worthwhile is worth doing alone, man. You always want people, right? You always want people there with you. And that's what I was thinking about content, people, getting them here, getting them engaged. And it started making me think about support. Everybody always talks about that, support. Come by, like my video. Hey, just swinging in, I can't stay. Just swinging by to say hi, giving a like. Sharing it all, people do that weirdo shit they got on Twitter, and they share your video and they tag you and about 20 other people in it. Next thing you know, you got a whole bunch of tags going off, bunch of weirdos. Yeah, you know, it's like, oh, man, like I said, it's a lot. So that's why I said you got to know what is it that you want to do, because that struggle is always going to be there, and you want to get the people there. And that's what I was thinking about. All of these different kinds of things, the support. Like I said, I'm engaged in a lot of in a lot of videos. I'm telling you, I watch a lot of people's shit here on YouTube, and you know, just like just watching different things. And there's so many different things I like about so many different things. And the thing is thinking about what is it, and it's like, because getting the clicks, getting the views, oh, that's so simple. You know, you can do it if you really think about it. But the thing is like, is it worth it? Hey, I've done it here on this channel a few times, right? Hell, used to come to my trailer park lives on Friday nights. There used to be upwards of 30 40 motherfuckers in that piece of shit every single Friday night. Yeah. But then that kind of came to a halt. And why? Well, mostly because of me. Mostly because of me. Because I thinking about all of these different kinds of things out there, right? Thinking about all these different kinds of things. My the people that I have done collaborations with, content creators here on the channel, have been minimal. Have been minimal. Just thinking about all of these things, because I really start to question, especially seeing everything going on these days, seeing how people act, react, and everything. You know, it's something like, I study people. Believe me, I really do. Like, I used to work at the world's largest big box retailer. Man, I worked there for, at this point, like, well, I don't know. It would have been nearly half my life. And the thing is, you know, worked in different positions, and I managed people, led people, I built teams. I'm telling you, I did a lot of things there. I learned a lot of skills, and very valuable skills, things that I've always been interested in the first place. But getting in and learning and just seeing all these things, you know, and it's just like, I just don't know, you know, like, been looking at the same thing that we're all kind of doing anyway. Assembling people, getting them together, building that community. But how do you want to do it? Right? What people do you want around you? I'll tell you the one thing. The people that I want around me is the same thing that I always wanted out of people that I used to manage and lead, people that were on my teams. People are on my teams is, if you don't want to be here, I don't want you here. Go. You know? And I'm not saying that you're not welcome here, but I need people who want to be here. And I need to know, while you're here, what is it that you want? What do you want out of this, right? Especially in those types of situations, especially in a work environment. Because in a work environment, if you think about it, you know, if you're a full-time employee somewhere, this is one of the things I miss about my job. If you're there at your work environment and you're there a full-time employee, so you're there 8 hours a day, you get a 1 hour lunch, you're looking at 9 hours out of your day. You got a 24-hour day, right? You got 15 hours left out of that day. If you do like you should do with those 15 hours and you get say 7, we'll give it 7. You should be getting about 8, but I'll give it 7. 7's perfect. 7's about perfect. That's what I usually get. 7 hours. So you got 8 hours left in your day after that. So that's, you know, if you don't commute to or from work, good for you. Most people don't work from home. And the thing is, so you got that much less time at home with your family. So you got less time at home on your own. On your own, or with your family, or with your friends, than you do at your job, right? And that is something that a lot of people don't forget. That a lot of people forget about. A lot of these things come down to relationships, right? These relationships they have with people. And here's the thing: is like you can try to shut as many people out as you want. This is the social media thing here. You can try to shut as many people out as you want, but you cannot do that in the real world. And one of these days, you're gonna have to go out into the real world. I don't care if you do work from home and you do whatever you do, you're gonna have to go out into the real world. And the thing is, like a lot of the things you see people do online, they don't do out in the real world, right? They act differently. A lot of the people I see online, I don't meet out in the real world ever. Now, the thing is that's what it's all about, relationships. And that's one of the things I always ask for my people, and that's why I always ask them, like, if you don't want to be here, like, what do we need to do to get you out of here, right? If you don't want to be here, like, because a lot of times, like, it's not a situation like, like when I was there, like, we want to like fire you or anything. It's not like that. But if you don't want to be back here contributing to my team, being part of our team, where do you want to go? Where can I get you to? Okay, like I can help you get there, but like you're gonna have to help me out in the meantime because like you got hired to be here, you know, and like you work, but just because you show up doesn't mean that you're good for the team. Doesn't mean you're good for the morale or anything like that. And again, a lot of people have their own have their place where they belong, natural talents. And a lot of people dealt with it, and it wasn't necessarily because they didn't want to be back there doing what we did. We worked our asses off. But the thing is, like, that's all I ask of you is if you want to be here and be part of the team. Play along. If not, hey. But also one thing too is like some people would go out there and try to get there was no place that works for them. There's no place that works for them. There's no place that works for them because they just want what they want. Maybe their expectations are too high. Maybe they just don't want to work. Maybe they just want a job, right? And there's really nothing you can do about that. These people exist, and yeah, and that's not good because like you can't bend over backwards for everybody, and companies don't do that. People shouldn't do that, and that's the other thing is when it comes down to it, I dealt with a lot of these people too. Is it's their headspace. Where are they at? They're the kind of person, and they're not always even negative Nancy's. That they get into a situation, be it a job or whatever, there's always conflict and there's always this or always that. And I've seen a lot of people like this. And the thing is like a lot of people like this don't ever realize that it's not other people. It's not these environments. It's not this. It's you. You really need to take a look at yourself and what's going on here. And a lot of this, like I said earlier, comes down to the parenting and your background that you're raising. Maybe I mean, a lot of people don't even have that. Some people come from single parent homes. Some people come from no parent homes. Let's not pretend like that don't exist. And I'll be quite honest with you. A lot of the people that I've met from that I know personally from like broken homes and stuff like that, didn't have parents, like adopted parents and stuff like that, some of the best people out there that I know. So, hey, not believe me when I say not all like families that have both parents around are always good, healthy environments either. But that's what it ultimately comes down to is the parenting and what you went through trying to get through a lot of these things. And a lot of people just are not armed and equipped these days to do that, to put up with the struggle, right? But it's something you've got to do. And it's something that I think a lot about. I was sitting there thinking, I'm here as I'm in, I've got like, I'm here in my last week of workouts my 90-day phase of workouts before I really started increasing my mileage on my bike and everything and getting back into fit, which is something we're going to be talking a little bit more about here on the channel as well. But getting to the end of it and thinking like, like I was looking in the mirror. Yeah. I was doing it, you don't lift weights and try to get fit just, and you don't look in the mirror. You want to see the results, And I was sitting there looking at him like just over these past couple weeks, like, and believe me, these past couple weeks, I've felt fucking dead tired. Just like at the end of the days, my days is still going on, starting them early, getting my workouts and doing all these things, running my business, doing stuff with my kids, being here with you guys, there's all of these things. And I'm like, yeah, like, and just like last night, it was kind of culminated. I was just sitting like, damn, dude, like I'm fucking exhausted, man. I'm fucking exhausted. I was so tired. I'm like, and then I just, couldn't go to sleep. Couldn't go to sleep. So I was, I don't know. I just think I was up a little, about an hour and a half later than usual. And I still ended up waking up about an hour later than usual for that also, Like I said, I make sure that I get my sleep in these kinds of things. But that's what I was kind of thinking about, is all these things like, like, and a lot of people too, when it comes down to things like that, how I was thinking last night is like, a lot of people start to think, is it worth it? And the thing is, like, that's when it comes down to you. What is it that you really want? What are your motivations? And that's where a lot of people struggle with, because they don't ask themselves the right questions. You have the thing that you want, but do you know how to get there? Do you know what it takes to get there? Do you know that it's going to take struggle? Do you know that it's going to take work? I think a lot of people aren't prepared for that these days. And and I was sitting there, just like I said, completely exhausted. But as I looked in the mirror as well, I'm like, damn, no, it's starting to pay off, right? The workouts, the putting up with it and the dealing with it, it's paying off. Looking in the mirror like, yeah, the little love handles are going away. Now the next thing is, I have to get out there and start putting in more miles on my bike. And, that's going to be rough. It's going to be a different transition. That's what it is. And that's what a lot of training is as well. And that's where it comes down to, you've got to have a plan. If you want to be successful in something, you've got to know that you're going to deal with the struggle. Not only dealing with that, you can even dealing with the struggle, you've got to have the knowledge to know what you're going to do. You got to make sure that you have the proper tools, the proper resources, the proper knowledge to get out there and do what it is that you want to do, so you can make things as easy as possible. Because is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. But you can make it as easy as possible if you go out there, know these things ahead of time, and know that every single thing you're going to do in your life, you're going to struggle at, and you should. You shouldn't ever want something just easily handed to you. And you know what? And that's where I was kind of at, like last night. I was sitting there thinking, like, can something just be fucking simple for once? And I sat there, and I obviously told myself, it can't be. It can't be easy. Because if it was worth doing, I wouldn't want it to be easy. And that's the kind of thing. And when you think about all of these things, what is it you're really trying to do? What is it you're really trying to do in, be it a job, you're being a content creator, wanting to get people onto your channel, and engaged in subscribing and all of these different kinds of things? What is it you're trying to do? You got to remember the one thing. It's about people, right? It's about dealing with people. Any business you do, especially if you're a salesman, you're not selling your product. You're selling yourself. You go to a job interview, you're selling yourself, right? And that's why the struggle is so hard for so many people. And like I said, I struggle with that here because there's certain things I don't want to do on YouTube to do some of that kinds of stuff. Like, you either here or you're not. And that's the thing, is like, those kinds of things have never been easy for me, but it's something that I am naturally talented at, is doing this, because it's having a way with people, knowing and understanding people, being able to listen to people and relate to people. And that's not saying you have to be nice to everybody. It's not saying you have to agree with everybody. It's not saying you have to get along with everybody or anything like that at all. Matter of fact, you want as much of that as possible. You want the opposition. You want the other people who don't agree with you. You want the haters out there. You want those people. Sometimes, and you probably know this as well as anybody else. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Sometimes your hater is your biggest supporter, And that person you call your friend, they're not. But that's the thing, is all of these things they're people businesses, And that's one thing you got to remember, you're selling yourself. But, what is it you've got to sell? How is it you want to sell it, right? And that's the thing a lot of people don't get, is like, it's really about getting together with people and really engaging with them through and I hate the term the term just because positivity is bullshit for the most part. But positive interactions with people and positive interactions, that don't mean that you're agreeing with them. That don't mean that you're not arguing. People certainly argue, and they get along just fine. And that's the thing is like that's what it takes is being open to a lot of those things, and a lot of people aren't open to that these days, and I see it in a lot of you see it in just through things that people say, be it in maybe their videos, live streams, comment sections, on Twitter profiles and things like that. You can see a lot of the people just aren't ready and for those kinds of things to take on those kinds of things. Skills. These are skills that. Certainly that like a lot of people just aren't born with. Again, like I said, it comes down to parenting. It really does. A lot of these things, believe me, when I used to work at my job doing these things, I dealt with a lot of people who, a lot of people would be frustrated with, but it's like this person literally don't know. They don't know what they're like. This is their first job. They have no clue. Like their parents did not raise them to be able to go out into the world, right? To know, like, self-explanatory. Hey, go over there, make a mop bucket, make a get a bucket and a mop, and come over here and let's do this. And they'll go and they're like, what do I do? They don't know what a mop is, dude. I don't know how to fill a damn mop bucket, what to put in it, and let alone go mop it up. Their parents didn't teach them that. And I'm serious. Like, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it's true, right? But it's true. Just because a lot of people aren't armed for the things, they're not ready for the world, right? But that's why a lot of people are so easily led when it comes to a lot of things too. And again, it's all people. And sometimes, like, a lot of people don't understand these things. They don't realize these things. A lot of people skills are shit. to be quite honest with you, But yeah, I mean, and it's amazing. And and again, I think it comes down to a lot of stuff like like hearing like again, just people, right? People. That's all it's about. That's all any of this is about. It's about people, and a lot of people always seem to forget that. And and like I said, these all these skills and things, they seem easy, especially like a lot of these things seem easy for me because there are a lot of things that kind of come naturally to me, and also things that I've developed over the past. Well, I guess I didn't have them when I was a child, when I was a baby, but it's been 40 some years, right, that I've been alive and in this world doing these things, and I had many interactions with a lot of different people from a lot of different races, cultures, and all this kinds of stuff, right? And the thing is, like, like a lot of people haven't had those kind of interactions, right? And that's really ultimately it's all it's about. Any of this is all about is about people. But a lot of it comes down to an understanding and even a tolerance. And tolerance doesn't mean that you're accepting. A lot of people get words confused these days. Tolerance, acceptance, all of these different kinds of things. People tolerate a lot out there in this world. Unfortunately, a lot of people tolerate a lot of the wrong things as well. Yeah. Anyway, the ultimate point is you're gonna struggle no matter what you want to do. What struggle you want to face. The ultimate thing is the struggle, the battle is against yourself. Your struggle isn't with your boss. It's not with somebody else out there. The struggle is yourself. You are your Everest, right? Like, you don't go out there, you don't tackle Everest, you're tackling yourself, right? That's what you're beating. That's what you're getting. That's what you're getting down to. Because it's about that. It's about that other thing I was talking about earlier too, resiliency. But you can't. Resiliency alone isn't enough. And that's one of the things that separates a lot of people is being able to take all of these things, being able to be resilient, being able to have the knowledge and get through and break through all of these things, taking all these different things and combining them to get through and be successful. And that's why a lot of things are not for everybody. Thinking about being a YouTube content creator, you know how many people out there are going to have channels that are going to be big and blow up? Not very many. Yet there's so many people out there that are good, that are talented, and have what it takes to be up there, but they're not going to make it there, right? Because it takes doing those things. It takes doing waking up early in the morning, making sure that you're drinking plenty of water every day, doing those exercises, doing those curls every day, doing the things that you need to do to get there. And doing that again alone in itself isn't going to win you the game. Right? What sets all these other people apart? Because there's somebody else out there doing exactly what you're doing. They're waking up at 4 a.m. and hitting the gym, hitting those weights, hitting the road, getting on that bike, you know, doing whatever it is. There's somebody else out there doing it just like you are. They're probably going harder than you are. Somebody out there is hungrier than you are. What separates you from them? Are you better than them? And it's not a matter of, you know, you're better, but what separates you from them? I mean, are you going to let them beat you? What's it going to take? It's not just resiliency. It's not just having the knowledge and things like that. At that point, it's going to take a little bit more than that. And what is that ultimately? It's the struggle. It's because you got to improve. You know, there's always, you know, remember Rocky 3, man. Clubber Lang. He just came out. He was hungrier. He was ready. The struggle. He was still going through the struggle. Rocky wasn't going through the struggle no more, right? Rocky had to he had to find a new struggle. And that comes with setting goals and moving the bar forward and knowing, you know, doing these checks and things like that, finding a way to be successful, you know, and it takes a lot of things that a lot of people, like, it takes every single thing being in place. You've got to do all of these things. There is no shortcut. And if you do think there's a shortcut, that's where your struggle is always going to lie, in the fact that you think that there's a shortcut out there to be had and that you want to go to try to take it. But anyway, guys, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let's get into the live chats and see what you all are saying today. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Eric Heine says, "What's up? Next community live stream. We should be doing one of those this evening. We should be doing one of those this evening. We should be doing one of those this evening. Depending on, I have a busy day, but we'll be having one soon. We might actually, you know, I was thinking we might actually just start doing that on the Discord. On the Discord, like it, life isn't easy. Suck it up, Buttercup, says Mandalorian Monk. Absolutely, absolutely. RC Scott says at work can't really interact, but I'm listening. Nice. All right. Oh, I love this story. George, SOD, life isn't fair. Life isn't sweet. Return to the dirt. Piss where you sleep. Yeah, there you go. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Romeo, you got me there, bro. That's a good one. And I want to sing that too. I want to. Yeah, there is no magic pill. Sermon from Trinity. Let's hear it. Einstein, thank you for being here, Nikki. Einstein wasn't able to tie his shoes. Really? I'm no stranger to struggle. Right, struggling right now. It's like 10 years ago. Sucks hard. Yeah. Nobody thinks like me, at least on this side of the house, right? Eric Kanye asks, are you gonna watch Mortal Kombat when it comes out? I'll probably check it out. I'll probably check it out. If it matters, I drop the name of your channel every time comic book store I go to around here, despite the fact that you bully me on Instagram. Oh dang, man, I'm my bad, dude. I'm sorry, RC Scott. You know, and that's the thing. Speaking of which, you know, I've had, you know, certainly throughout my life, I've never done anything to make me think I'm bully. As a matter of fact, no, I'm not. I've talked about that before. Some of that kind of stuff. Yeah, definitely. I'm not a bully, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm definitely willing to bully the bully and not feel any fucking guilt about it. In case you can't tell, I've done it too. Oh man, someone calling some some calling reacting to a video content they create nothing, right? Is Trinity whining again? um Reefer man, what is up? Struggle within is suit you fine. Struggle. Yeah. But yeah, things are gonna get. Oh man, Rome, you're cracking me up, dude. Struggle within. Hero, struggle within. So you're on. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, we getting real. Oh, we getting real here. Oh man. Serious topics on YouTube are rare. Yeah, you got to find the right channels. You know what? And I was actually watching Tom Billieu, one of my favorite creators, because he gets a lot of like doctors on and talks about like health stuff, and then they also do just what does he do? Health theory and impact theory, and they just talk about different stuff. They have some. I was watching one of the videos yesterday, and man, it was such a damn great conversation. And that's what he, because like he brings a lot of guests on there, and they just have some really great conversations about stuff. And you know, like, and here's the thing: is like a lot of them, like, because a lot of them are doctors, so they drop things like research and shit that's going on that interests me. But as far as like learning stuff, because like I'm a deep thinker and I think a lot about a lot of these kinds of things anyway. So I don't know, when it comes down to it, like sometimes like the thought isn't new, but just hearing new information out there about certain things, it's very interesting. But definitely check out Tom Billieu. He's great. I stand alone. No, don't do that, Reefer. No, no, don't do the Godsmack thing here ever again, please. Like that's terrible. Godsmack sucks. Sorry for the Godsmack fans out there. I'm not into it. Just not into it. Jason Strip says, really enjoying this. Thank you for being here, Jason. Room to the hardly leave my bedroom sometimes. Anxiety keeps me locked up in my mind and in my room. I hear you, man. I hear you. But at some point you're gonna have, you know, you got to find a way to grow beyond some of that. Beyond some of that, and you know, but again, I mean, a lot of people have it. I mean, it's a struggle. You're gonna have to. Again, there's ways, you know, to get better at a lot of those things, at a lot of that, dealing with it. The song I watched and rewrote it because of lockdown. Yes. Let's say in bed since 3 months again. Why is that Myrtle so overly racist? Oh man, Trinity White, no social worker. I don't know. Does that require going to school? If it requires going to school, I don't know. Superior Hero Reviews. How are you doing? What is up? What is up? These are my team even at festival. I feel alone no matter who's around me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and that's certainly, and that's the thing is like, for me, I've always been one of those people, one of those kind of people too. Not like I'm not like I'm not alone. Like it's not just me, but like I'm definitely somebody who's always had to take others, myself, and start grabbing their hands and bringing them in to whatever it is I'm saying or whatever I'm doing. I've always had to do that by myself. I've never, that's my struggle, is getting with somebody else that I can, you know, that I'm like, oh hey, like hey, cool, like great, yeah, I'll work with you and we can, yeah. Like it just don't work with me. One, for the most part, like, while I'm good at a lot of things, one of the things that I'm definitely, because a lot of these things I've talked about is a lot of people can't deal with me until they really know me, and that's the thing is like I've always had to do that by myself because, you know, like, you know what, people are people have weaknesses, right? People have weaknesses. You know, I have weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. And a lot of the times, man, especially since I've been doing this YouTube thing, seeing people, and that's something I was talking about earlier, you know, like with people bringing them here on the channel. I've had a few people, some people need to get back on here quick as well. You know, I need to get Boschy back on here again. I need to get Gray back on here again as well. Some of these different people. Adam, my man Adam. I need to get Adam on here again. Jason. You can get Jason from Polyhedra Paradise on here as well. But the thing is, I've like I guess the best way to say it is I just don't play well with others, right? I don't play well with others, and the thing is like when I see some of these things, and it's the way it's always been with me is like when I see certain deficiencies and things like that, like for one, I'm the person who will always say something. I will say what everybody else is thinking. I don't care if everybody's going like, oh, yeah, like you're thinking it. I'm willing to say it, right? That don't mean it's like all serious. I mean you have to take it seriously, and maybe I'm being serious, but nobody else is gonna say it. I'll say it. Believe me when I'm saying I say I'm that guy, and that's part of the reason I've always had to kind of deal with those kinds of things myself. But eventually, the one thing always comes out is like the people who want to come along with me are always fucking willing to come along because of my skill set and what I do, right? I'm not one of these, wavering fucking no spine motherfuckers, man. You know? That's not me, you know? That's not me. And it's not even like, people always talk about loyalty. It's not necessarily like loyalty. Like I am who I am. I'm very fucking steadfast. To change if you're gonna change my mind, you're gonna have to come with a lot of fucking information. You're definitely not gonna come at me like some fucking sophist with all your fucking rhetoric and try to spin shit and try to get me to just join your cause. It's just not gonna work. I can see the bullshit. I can smell through the bullshit. I'm telling you, I've spent years honing these skills, doing this stuff, and that's why it's hard for me in a lot of these things, in a lot of these ways, because by all means, I could say when stuff like that happens, I just like for the most part, just like fragile alliances, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't know me, you probably don't realize that, and hey. I'm a forgiving person. Forget I get 30 minutes. Personal Jesus. Some of you here pray for someone who cares. I'm here for you, man. Yeah. Wake and bake. Yeah, I just posted a video in the Discords and the tweeters. My phone's blowing up in notifications right now. Sylvester M, what is up, my brother? I hope all is well. Always there for others. No one even asks if you do well. Yeah, absolutely. I hear you, George. And then Romeo. And that's one of the things, like, too, is a lot of people go out there and support others, and they always expect that support back. But you can never. That's one of the other things too. Is like, don't ever expect support back from somebody just because they support you. It's not exactly how it works. You know what I mean? That's not exactly how it works. It's definitely expectations of others. Like. Here's the thing is like you should always have expectations of others, but don't have high expectations of others. Let them earn that. You gotta let them earn that. You gotta let them earn that. Need to hear some of this real talk. I'm with you to the end of the line. Oh, you son of a. A duder, what is up? How are you doing, Adam? Same. I've been so tired lately. Don't even have energy to think anymore. Yeah, I know. Like I've been running myself ragged, but I know. Like, cause look, next week is gonna be rest week for me. I'm just gonna go out and do some bike rides, some nice easy bike rides, and in that meantime, while it's rest week, I'm telling you, my muscles are probably gonna puff up a little bit more. I'm gonna be feeling good again. I'm gonna be so full of energy, ready for that next phase of workouts. Yeah. Would you have more numbers if you had a consistent morning schedule? Well, I was saying that's the thing is I've mostly been doing Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. I've mostly been doing Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. Sometimes on Mondays. What I've been wanting to do is actually do videos some videos a little bit different, and doing the live streams, scheduling the live streams different. Again, all of this is like all of these things are struggles that I've just kind of been thinking about changes and stuff with the content on the channel. People are creatures of habit when they know you will be there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, and kind of what happened there was like last year, I used to go at 8:05, consistently all the time. But last year when the kids started having to, stay home from school and doing Zoom and all of that stuff, and I had to be involved with so much of that. Like it changed so much. But the kids, they're back to school now. They're back to school now. But that's really what a lot of that was. And now I'm just got to get my stuff all lined back up right. But yeah, and that's really what a lot of that was there, Mike, was just my getting my schedule just because the kids was all out of whack there. Yeah, exhausted. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ah, man. Burned out. No, chances are I've probably just been smoking, Mike. Chances are I've probably just been smoking. Oh man. But really, that's what it is. Like if you see on the Trailer Park Live, like dude, like because I've been my mornings start early, man. Like I'm up at like 4 a.m., dude. Like to make it till to make it till 8 p.m. and beyond on Friday nights is a fucking struggle. But it's like my favoriteest show to do. But that's what, like, on Fridays I'm gonna start splitting up my workouts too, because I notice when I do my go for a little short bike ride before, well, we just feel so much better because you get the endorphins pumping. You get the endorphins pumping. Um, this is a trending motivation hour. Yeah, absolutely. Um, this will be great. Yeah, this is sounding like a motivational speaker speech. That's what I do, Wookie. That's what I do. Can empathize. I love writing, but it's fucking hard. Yeah, absolutely. I know what you mean. I went to jail. I went to jail a bunch before I got good at stealing stuff, but I put in the work, and now look at me. Oh, Aglax, you're so hilarious, dude. Guys, if you guys aren't subscribed to Aglax, you got to go check out his shit, man. He's hilarious, dude. Quite everywhere I go, so I have problems with anyone. Nah, you can't do that. I haven't drawn anything for years anymore, even if it's something I do since I can't hold a pencil. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, parenting, absolutely. Where's me? I look in the mirror. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Parker, what is up? How are you doing? Abby, thank you so much for being here. Aggressively relaxed says no one is doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing Wing Chun while wearing the one ring and listening to a motivational speech between sips of Bloody Marys. I'm a snowflake, son. Oh man. Yeah, no, Jason, absolutely. Absolutely. Nikki says Trent is a passive aggressive bully. Believe me when I say, like, I'm passive because I know I'm passive a lot of times because nobody wants my aggressive. All right? No nobody wants my aggressive. I've showed it here on this channel plenty of times, my aggressive. And like I was saying earlier, getting clicks and views, that can be easy. Certainly did that. And not trying to get them, but just being real. Being aggressive. Like I said, there's sometimes I'm not passive about it at all. A lot of times I'm just being passive about it because I know a lot of people can't handle the aggressive. Because believe me, I can be really good at it. Yeah. Nerd theory is amazing. I don't even know what the fuck that is, bro. What, you're not a Godsmack fan? That's it. Yeah, no, absolutely no Godsmack. I don't like Godsmack. I believe you never know when the next community live stream is. Send me an email on tweeters. All right, man. All right. I think you got Godsmack is fucking Alice in Chains ripoff. Oh, dang, yeah. Oh man, Peter Rockwater's just sitting here eating these Mountain Man snacks and listening. Oh, nice, Peter. Interesting. Thank you. That makes me want to. I mean, is that where I'm supposed to say thank you for putting my nuts in your mouth? Greatly appreciated. You know, I've been thinking about some of that kind of crude marketing for my business too. I should, shouldn't I? Mike Porter with a $4.99. What is that? Is that a direct donation? Super chat. Okay, it's, super chat says I wanted to direct donate, but it won't take my card and blah blah blah. So this is what I can do. All good, man. All good. Godsmack as fans, and thank you, Mike Porter. You the man, Mike Porter. Mike Porter, one of the greatest supporters there is. Damn. No, that sounds bad, but yeah. I remember Godsmack having one good song. Forgot what it is now. Yeah, it's probably the one they were having me sing earlier. I stand alone. I honestly used to be shy about chatting with the community. The communities, I mean, I just barely chatted and just streaming. Trinity got used to it quickly after the Friday Woke stream. Oh man, that's funny. Oh man, that was Trinity with the Friday Woke stream. That's funny. Oh, Shattered Glass Comics, thank you so much for being here. My man Adam is in the building. What is up? How are you doing? Yeah, we all miss Adam's morning streams. Yeah. If only things could be as they were. It was perfect bliss at those times. And then all of a sudden, we all know what happened. Tyler the Kid, thank you so much for being here. Hope you're doing well. Nikki says Trinity is trying to tell us he's Alpha's funk, bro. I'm really not. I'm really not. The thing is, like, look, like, I'm not. The thing is, like, look, I just have zero problem with confrontation. I've been in so many different situations, and that's the thing is, like, I've been in so many of those different kinds of situations. Just I've been in a lot of situations, and the one thing just through all of that I'm certainly not, you know, and again, parenting as well, is I'm not afraid of confrontation. I'm a confrontational person. I'm okay with it. That don't necessarily mean fighting, but also knowing a lot of that, I'm not going to just join a fight that I know that, not that I can't win, that I know I don't need to be in fighting also, right? I know when it's winning, like, that's not my fight. I didn't give a shit about that. But I'm not really. Good talk, like a lot. Yeah, thank you. Damn. Nikki, I was just cracking up. That's funny. Oh, that doesn't work here. Tyler finally made it to a stream. Yeah. You in Chicago? I see your Bears sign. Nah, I'm not in Chicago. Just when I used to watch football, I feel like one of those old people. Back when it used to be a game. I was a Bears fan. And I just had, you know, when we moved in here, you know, I put that up there, the sign my mom had made for me, and I painted the background on there, and then yeah. Because the orange that's on there, I painted that. Let's see. No one told me they were in the morning hours. Time in the mornings. Don't expect nothing, but here it comes back. Oh, I don't expect nothing, but when nothing ever comes back, you have to search for other people for sure. Yeah. There's not enough time to support everyone. I'm over here watching every one of y'all's videos on 2 times and marking off the spreadsheet. Yeah, and it's not a lot. It's not like about that. And that's the thing about, like, with the fake support anyway. Like, you need to go out there and support, like, the people that you really like. And that don't mean that you're gonna watch every video. I certainly know with a lot of the live streams I do, like if I'm doing them daily, like, people aren't going to watch every single one of those, and that's why, you know, focusing on good videos is definitely one of the things that people want. A good 5 to 8 minute video, you know what I mean? People like those. It's, you know, but yeah, it gets a lot to keep up with a lot of those things. That's why you pick your favorite ones, and then you got to go out there and pick some of your not favorite ones as well. The funniest thing on the internet was when Adam had a morning show. Trinity trolled a little, and Adam accidentally timed him out. And Trinity went on Twitter and had a video and called Adam a toxic man baby. Oh, I think that was probably the greatest of times right there. That son of a bitch. I can't believe he did that. You know what I mean? You know what? And I'm totally not holding on to that, Adam. If you're out there watching still. Oh, that was funny. That was funny. Oh, man. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. You guys are cracking me up. Okay. I want all the smoke. Bring it, you bully. Oh, true. True. I wanted a happy Trinity, not an aggressive Trinity. Yeah, but you know what? Like sometimes, like, look, and that's what Friday nights are for. Sometimes you got to get it out. You know, honestly, that I haven't had to really get it out about a whole lot of shit lately because there's just nothing to really get it out about. Like, kind of seeing everything, I'm like, I think at this point, most of these people you can tell are fake ass motherfuckers. There's nothing. There's nothing to be. There's nothing to really call out at this point. Like you can be like, they're exposed. They exposed themselves. Oh man. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no. Oh, Nikki, you want you want the smoke. You want the smoke, you gotta rewind about a year. You gotta rewind about a year. Where's Snowdub at? What was it on February 7th? The 7th, right? February 7th? Oh yeah. We had some fun on that day. But we had plenty of fun on a lot of those days too. Like I said, at times, there are times when people, you know, like I said, people who want to stick around here, stick around. Just, yeah, I mean, like you're either with me or you're not, and that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, go back, rewind about a year, February 7th. Coming in smashing like Trinity, I can take you passive or aggressive, but prefer passive aggressiveness. Okay, all right. Oh, aggressive Trinity is so exciting. Give in to your hate, my young friend. Yeah. Prodigy better than Godsmack. Oh yeah, I love Prodigy. Prodigy's great. I'm guessing we're talking about like the techno band like thing, right? Right? Yeah. Since the Cubs can't hit, I'm a supporter. Yeah, right. Supporter. Daddy daycare. Get a job, you bum. There he is. There's Snowdub right there. I told you. He remembers. Wasn't it February? Yeah. See? Snowdub remembers. Oh, man. You need to watch all the videos, but you must watch all the ads. Yeah, exactly. Watch all the ads. Don't. Oh, man. Accident. Oh yeah, I know. I miss Adam's morning streams too, man. I wish that son of a bitch would just do it. Just bring it back, Adam. Oh man, oh yeah. So yeah, the good old days. Yeah, the November Friday streams were golden after the president election. Oh yeah. Oh man, you guys are cracking me up. I'm seeing some boobage. Oh yeah, the Esme poster. Yeah. Or you, I was gonna say you might be talking about the Common America books as well. So, all right, but anyway, guys, it's 9:43 here. I've got to get out of here. Sorry for rambling on so long today about just a whole bunch of silliness. I don't really know what I was thinking about, but thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all have a very good day. And community live stream should be like I said, if we pay attention to the community channel, if we don't do it, or the community tab, if we don't do it here on a live stream, I may just start doing those on the Discord, and we'll get in through there. You can go join the Discord. The link should be down in the description. If not, it should be somewhere here on the channel. If not, I'll post it. I'll update everything. But you all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.
I'm supposed to say something after the stream is over? Hey guys, look at what I do. I say stuff after the stream is over. Are you still here? Oh, you're still here. Oh, looky.